Donald Trump ripped into President Barack Obama's foreign policy as reckless, rudderless, and aimless during his speech at a Washington hotel. Trump said it was time for a new foreign policy approach that puts America's interests first.
One that replaces randomness with purpose, ideology with strategy, and chaos with peace.
Trump noted past U.S. mistakes in the Middle East, including attempts at nation building, and what he regards as the mistaken belief that America can export Western-style democracy.
We tore up what institutions they had, and then were surprised at what we unleashed. Civil war, religious fanaticism, thousands of Americans, and just killed lives wasted. Horribly wasted.
Trump also promised that if elected, the Islamic State group would be gone very quickly, though he provided few details.
I will never send our finest into battle unless necessary, and I mean absolutely necessary, and will only do so if we have a plan for victory with a capital V.
Trump's speech had all the trappings of a more formal policy address, a departure from the New York billionaire's off-the-cuff stump speeches that excite supporters. It's a transformation by design, says Michael O'Hanlon.
I see this as part of an evolution where he's going to see if he can hold on to the kind of support he built up with the Republican base by being blunt, by being impolitic, and yet at the same time avoiding the excesses that made two-thirds of the country express horror at the prospect of a Trump presidency.
Trump's speech is the latest example of advisors refashioning his image in the midst of a divisive primary campaign, says John Fortier.
Well, he started to remedy that by bringing in much more experienced people from other campaigns, making outreach to the party, trying to transform himself into somewhat more of a traditional candidate. We will see how that goes.
My friend and the next Vice President of the United States, Carly Fiorina.
Meanwhile, Trump's main rival, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, sought to bolster his chances in next week's Indiana primary by naming former tech executive and failed presidential candidate Carly Fiorina as his vice presidential running mate. Jim Malone, VOA News, Washington.